Johora, Jab, and I just completed our first terrain race. Of course, Johora did one a few years back, but as a family, this was our first. It started with Jab doing the kids race, and she really enjoyed it. She got to go through a tunnel into some mud. She had to walk through some mud that really got her shoes muddy. She ran between the obstacles, and there was a part where she needed to army crawl under a net. Go under, Jab, go under. Just crawl, babe. She kind of crept instead of crawled, but she got through there. Some hills to run on. And she was really enjoying herself, especially running up those hills. It was nice to see her get excited after each obstacle. There were tires to pull. There were ropes to climb. And she didn't even hesitate. Good job, Dad. She finished her terrain race and she had a good time. Then we set out to do the family race. It was about as I expected it to be. It started with us needing to go over a short 4-foot wall, and then we came to some cones that you had to hold your partner's hand and try not to fall off the cones. Then we got to some monkey bars. That's Jab's skill set. For me, I used my legs, but I managed to get through without dropping down, so that's good. And of course, Johora could do it as well. We ran to the next obstacle where we had tires to roll over. These tires were heavy, so I rolled it over 3 times, remembering to squat down, and then rolled it back 3 times. Johora did about the same. And then we were off running to the next obstacle. Tires to pull again. These were heavier, but not as heavy as they looked. You could just pull it, pick it up, and roll it back. In fact, Johora even carried it back. There were bars to climb over. Jab managed to climb over that herself, and then some hills to run on, which Jab said the hills are really fun, and I agree. It's nice getting to speed up on the downhill, a little bit of a challenge going up on the uphill. Now the rope climbing part, I dreaded this because I'm not a big upper body girl. I don't even know if I got it on video, but I didn't get past the first little knot. However, Jab, different story. She was able to climb up to nearly the top. It was very impressive. There was a mud valley that we had to kind of walk through, a bit sticky icky, but if you crept off to the side, your feet didn't get stuck, which is good. Some ropes to climb up, and then there was the hard upper body obstacle course. We're supposed to sideways climb up the pole and then go to some rings. And Johora managed to get to the rings, and he got as far as the ball, which he says takes a whole different grip strength, and that's where he fell. We had some side-to-side boards, which if you get in a rhythm, you can accomplish pretty easily. Of course, they weren't sized well for Jab, so that was a little bit of a challenge for her. And then there was the dreaded mud pit, where you just kind of lurk in until you get up to your, for us, thighs, for her, waist. And then you start to feel the mud seep into your shoes. And then, yeah, your whole sock gets wet. And from there on, you're running with the ick squish of the mud down these dirt hills, but we enjoyed it. Got some nice family pictures at the top of one of the hills showing off how muddy we got. And it was finally a race to the end. I thought we were at the end. There was a, I don't know, 6-foot wall. Of course, Johora had to help Jab over it. And one guy offered to help me. So I let him feel accomplished by letting me step on his knee. He was being helpful, isn't that nice? There were ropes to swing from one to another. I was like, I can do this. And then the guy was like, the higher up the rope you are, the more successful. I was like, shoot, I can't get high up the rope, so maybe not so much. I tried, swung from one toward another, grabbed the other, lost my grip, and that was it for me.
Got it.
Jab
Quit.
got hit by the rope in the mouth and got upset about that. So that was it for her, but of course Johora was able to make it across. And there was the rope climbing ladder at the end, which I was like, you gotta catch me doing this because I know I can actually do this. And it was a little high for Jab. She got scared at the top.
Nice job, ladies.
But I was like, hey, just make sure your arms are secure in the ropes and you got it good. So we made it all the way up and all the way down the other side. Same story for Johora. And that took us to the finish line. So, it was a fun experience. Something I know that I probably wouldn't want to pay for again myself, but Jab was laughing, giggling, saying it was fun the whole time, until the end where she couldn't wait to clean off. And that's how the terrain race went for us.